So you can scoot forward on your chair so that your feet are flat and your back is upright. Find a comfortable position for your hands in your lap or arms down by your sides. You can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. Start to slow down your breath. And just notice where your mind is naturally drawn towards now. And then perhaps set an intention that for this time there's nothing you need to plan, there's no problems you need to solve, there's nothing you need to go over. So you have permission to just be here, to just feel where you are right now, that's enough. And anytime that your mind does wander onto other things, you are welcome to drop it right in the middle of a thought. And come back to feeling the simplicity of breathing, of sitting, of doing whatever you're doing. And just like strengthening a weak muscle through repetition, we can strengthen our ability to be present through noticing when we've wandered, and inviting ourselves back just over and over. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. So let's start by just turning the head one way, keeping the torso even and rotating your head as far as you can one way. And then as far as you can the other way. Come back to center and then drop one ear to one shoulder and then press down through the opposite shoulder to stretch one side of your neck. And rotate your chin to your chest. And come to the other side, dropping down through the other shoulder, stretching the other side of your neck. Rotate chin to chest. And back to the first side, then go back and forth. Half circles or 3/4 circles, watching the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. And release the arms, head floats back up. And let's bring the right arm up and bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow, And take it back as far as you can, stretching your upper arm, dropping the rib cage, drawing the belly in. Feel your sit bones lengthen up away from that. And release, right arm up. Open it out, and then take it across. And we'll hook with the other arm, hugging it in as close as you can. You can kind of resist by pulling back through your right shoulder. And release, arm out. And rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back. So back of your hand is at your waist. You can interlace fingers at your waist. Pull your knuckles around towards the front. Elbows go towards one another. And then circle your right shoulder. And if this is creaky or tight, that's great. That's what we are looking for. Those places that we may not have moved in a while or may not have as much mobility. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Open up the chest. And then fold any amount. Folding, maybe just dropping your head or coming part way or all the way over your lap. Maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. Meeting your limits right where they are. Release, come up. Couple big shoulder circles. Up and back and down. Let's take the left arm up. Bend it back on itself. Grab your elbow. Take it back. And then release, arm up. Open it out. Take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in close. As you do, draw back through your shoulder. And release, arm out. Thumb points down. Wrap it around. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. Knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another, and then circle your left shoulder. Lubricating the joints, bringing movement to what's creaky. Reach both arms back, open up, and then fold. Wrapping arms overhead, letting your head release. And release, come up. Few shoulder circles up and back and down. Let's take a side bend. Right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow or part of the chair, grounding down through the right sit bone. And then circle your right arm way back, as far back as you can. Finish up the circle you're on. And then curve your way around through center all the way over to the other side. And let's open up into a side bend on the other side. Both sit bones grounded, big reach out. And then circle left arm way back, as far back as you can. Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to your side stretch. And then curve around to center, and let's just hang down. So you might just lean into your elbows, you might hang all the way over your legs, letting your head release, shake it out. And then roll your way back up. Let's reach arms out to the side and then flex your wrists. Pull your fingers up towards the ceiling, back towards your head. Push out through the base of your hand. Try and have your torso even. Really reach out and then curl fingertips down and in as if you're trying to touch your own forearms. Flex out and up, down and in. And then circle your wrists, couple big circles, flexing and stretching all the little muscles of the forearm, both directions. Shake that out. Let's interlace fingers in front and put some pressure between your arms like you're going to pull them apart. And that can hopefully open up between the shoulder blades, the upper back. And then release the pressure, keeping fingers interlaced. Make a couple of circles or figure eights with your knuckles. And try both directions. Just moving them in all the ways they can move. And then giving your own forearms a little rub. So you can find the muscles on either side of the elbow can get really tight, especially if you do a lot of typing or writing or work with your hands. Just working down the forearms, giving the wrist a little rub, the pad of your hand, the space between your thumb and first finger, and each finger, giving each finger a little rub, like you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste from the bottom to the top. And then the other arm, getting at the forearm up by the elbow and working along those big muscles. A lot of work your forearms and wrists and hands do for you. Getting into the wrist and the pad of the hand. So many little pressure points for headaches. Doing each finger, rubbing. And then shake that out. So let's take a twist. We'll bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand somewhere on the chair behind you. Sit tall. And then rotate. Look back over your shoulder. Keep sitting tall. Keep twisting. Keep going in this direction, but then turn your head the opposite way, looking over the other shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Switch the arms, sit tall, twist, looking back. Breath by breath, see if there's a little bit more. Keep going this direction, but turn your head the opposite way. And then release, come back to neutral. Let's bring the right foot up. We're going to give the foot a little rub. So the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, you can get in between all those little bones on the top of the foot, the arch, the heel, the back of the heel, the ankle. So many interesting pressure points here. And then each toe, maybe even getting a little pop. You can flex the toes, you can point them. Playing around with what's interesting, useful for you. Switch to the other side, left foot up. Seeing how much pressure you like. Nice thing about self-massage, you can give yourself exactly what you like. Getting those bones on the top of the foot, the ankle, the arch, the sole of the foot, each toe, maybe getting little pops. Release that. Let's bring the right foot up again. This time we'll take a hip stretch. So make sure you're right on the end of the chair so your spine is upright. Left knee is in front of the hip, left foot under the knee. Right knee is dropping just as much as you're able, going towards a flat back, towards folding. And you're just looking for a nice stretch on the right outer hip. You don't need to get any further than you get, so leaning into hands or elbows. Keep lengthening as you fold. Let's bring the upper body back up. Straighten that right leg out, flex and point. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. And switching sides. Cross the left ankle above the right knee. Sit tall and fold any amount, getting into the hip. Let's bring the upper body back up, straighten that leg out, flex and point. Circle, big circles, both directions. And then release. So let's go ahead and sit back on the chair. Let your body settle back into the support under you, behind you. And we'll finish with a little self-facial massage. So you can take anything off your face and start by rubbing the palms together, getting some heat and energy in the hands. And then place your palms over your eyes, sealing out the light. Encouraging your eyes to not only close, but relax back. Keeping eyes closed and relaxed, you can take the fingertips and start at your forehead and rub from the center of the forehead towards your sides of your face, your temples. And then keep coming back to the center and spreading towards the sides of the face. You might use fingertips or thumbs. Good firm pressure. And play around with different parts of your forehead, maybe getting into the brow bone or just above it or just under it, the temples. And then bringing fingertips to either side of the nose, pressing into the sinus area, pressing and spreading towards the sides of the face. And working your way along your cheekbone. Following your cheekbone all the way to the side of the face, coming to your ear and finding where your jaw connects to your skull. All around there can be quite tight, the strong jaw muscle, little pressure points just under your ear. You might even give the earlobes a squeeze or pull. Working your way along your jawline, come to your chin, give the chin a pinch or press. And take the heels of the hands and make a couple big circles into the cheeks, massaging the cheeks into the cheekbones and teeth. And then go over any area that needed extra work. You can also give your scalp a rub like a dry shampoo. You might give your neck and shoulders a little squeeze. When you're done, smooth over your face as if you just washed your face and you're wiping away the water, wiping away any last bit of tension. Shake it out. And then get comfortable sitting back, relaxing, a few moments of stillness. Just letting go of all the doing. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, put a little movement back in. Maybe a yawning stretch. And then find your way back to the front of your chair, sitting tall. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for chair yoga.